is it permissible for me to purchase items online that I have only seen pictures of and ask me to pay through card before they deliver? Some have a no return policy. Also, is it permissible to go for cash on delivery? First of all, there are a number of conditions that must be fulfilled in order for the transaction to be halal. Among the most prominent conditions is that both seller and buyer are allowed to engage in such a transaction. I cannot buy from someone who is classified as insane or from someone who is like 7 years of age. His transaction is invalid. So buying and selling from such a person is not permissible. Also, the item that I am buying and selling, the buying power, the money that I'm buying and selling with must be halal. So I cannot sell a guitar, for example, or a cross. These are prohibited in Islam, and hence selling and buying them is also prohibited. You have to avoid any type of ambiguity. And ambiguity can be in the description, can be in the quantity, can be in the price, can be in the date of delivery. Imagine you're selling something and I say, Akhi, what are you doing? You tell me I'm selling something. So I say, okay, I'm buying. And we shake hands and we make a contract that I'll buy. After a while I say, what did I buy? This is invalid because I have to know what I'm buying. If you say I'm selling rice, so say, okay, I buy the rice from you. Okay, how many kgs? How many pounds? How many sacks? It was not identified. This is not permissible. If I say, okay, I'll buy this kilogram of rice from you, and we made the contract, but we did not specify the price. You may say $10, and I say it only costs $1. So such ambiguity must be avoided. It has to be through mutual consent. There must not be any compulsion. No one is forcing me to buy or forcing you to sell. And there are many other conditions to be fulfilled. Iman, for your question, buying something online, the description has to be clear. What do we mean by that? So if I'm buying, for example, a bottle of perfume, now I know that this brand, and it is so and so milliliters in the bottle, and I know the fragrance of it. So buying it has no ambiguity in it. I know the product, and I can tell from the picture. If I'm buying a pen, if I'm buying something that can be illustrated clearly through pictures, or a description that is so specific and accurate, in this case, there's no problem in that. Whether I pay them in advance, or I pay them while processing, or I pay them once I receive the product, this doesn't affect the transaction, because this would be like someone lending someone money. The transaction is done. When to pay is flexible. The issue of no return, Islamically, is not permissible. Because in Islam, if I buy a pen and I find that it's defected, broken, it doesn't work, the seller has no right in forcing me to keep it. I have all the right in Islam to return it back and get my money back, or get the actual item that works. Otherwise, it would be consuming my wealth, my money, without any legitimate reason, and this is totally prohibited in Islam. Selling and buying through credit cards, we have addressed this issue before about the credit cards that are riba based, and this is not something that is permissible to use. If it's a debit card or if it's an interest-free credit card, there's nothing wrong in that, inshallah. And both ways, buying it through a credit card, whether halal credit card or haram credit card, the transaction is okay.